Brought to you by the Nerf Cum Shot. Get your ropes out with Nerf.
Hey guys. Oh my god. Hi. Is it really Monday if I don't start with a yawn? Oh, hey Aussie. Hey Rico. Legend. And of course, Acid. How's everyone doing? Yes. I'm in great need of comfort right now. Mostly because I'm so tired. You're always here on time. Just because you missed it once, you don't get to say, oh, I'm actually here. Shut up. Fuck. I'm so sorry. Oh, yes, please. I'm always glad to have you here, Acid. I'm just not gonna be upset the odd time you're not. She's coming. There she is. Well, then I guess I need to give you a hug. I don't know. Or buy you a drink. I don't. What would make you feel better? Hi, Ophelia. Yeah. Med days are annoying. I'm sorry you've had a med day. Mm. Even downloaded Mind Rock games. Oh, what kind of Mind Rock games? I need some of those again. I used to play them all the time. And now it's like I don't even play games on my phone at all. Oh my god, I'm sorry. I even like had a nap. I fell asleep on my couch. Like I ate, and before I'd even cleared my dishes, I just passed the fuck out. I'm so tired. But I'm here. It's just it will be a quickie tonight. It will be a quickie. I almost postponed to tomorrow, and then I was like, no, I'm gonna pop in because I love y'all. And then maybe I'll pop in tomorrow too. Because I don't think my girlfriend and I are going for a walk. So, well, you can play Slay the Spire on your phone. Not sure Monday's ever meant to be good. I mean, mine actually was pretty good. I even went for like a professional massage, y'all. That could be part of why I'm so tired. I actually got to relax today. Oh, that's probably it. Oh my god. It was great too. She's giving me this massage, and we are talking like I'm not even kidding, tiny Asian lady walking on my body. Incredible. And there's a couple times she made a sound that made me go, "Are you okay?" I was great. I was living my best life. And she's just like, "Yeah, it's really tight." I'm like, "I know. I know. That's why I'm here." It was good. It was great. I'm so tired. When it's done right, who am I to say no? It was good. It was really good. Oh, I'm awake. I swear. So note to self, don't let me relax. Where's the lie? Would I be a pillow princess? That's what I wonder. I don't know. I don't know like what the proper definition of pillow princess is. Is it just a woman who is the bottom all the time? Or like I don't know. Hey Marsh. I do. How are you, sweetie? How was your weekend? Not quite. Acid, please enlighten me because last time you guys taught me the difference between orgy and gangbang, and it was actually quite useful. I've used that knowledge quite a few times since. A passive bottom. Yeah, okay. I don't think that I'd fall into that then. I like to call myself enthusiastic. Oh no, that was like me last week. The entire week was just a fucking shit show at work. So I'm hoping tomorrow is better, but it might not be because it's a new month and Yeah, that's a tomorrow problem. I'm not dealing with it. Acid, no, 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 just conversationally. Conversationally. Otherwise, I had a very, very, very exciting weekend, didn't I? Um, oh, Marsh, no, please go. Go to sleep. Thank you for popping in. Legend, that's not like you. No wonder you're met today. My God, go hydrate. Acid, even then, you've seen the way I talk, right? Like that shouldn't be shocking at all. Everyone drink water. Yes. Okay. Will do. Is it? My. The hypocrisy shows through. Shame. Right? I don't know why. Thank you. Same. And I was definitely better when I worked retail. Like I try at work, but there are some days I look over and realize that my water bottle is still locked at like 2 p.m. I'm like, oh, oops, I should have some of that. Oopsies. I try though. I try. And some days I'm much better about it. I don't know. There's no rhyme or reason to it. Then again, I've literally had my manager tell me like go pee when I'm like, I really have to pee, but and he's like, then why aren't you going? I'm like, because pee is the reward for the work done. It is. It is. This is a happy puss. She's like cradling my arms like a baby. Hey, that was me in my like early mid 20s, except it was like just the original monster. A pack of cigs and a couple monsters a day. And then to balance it all off, of course, a healthy dose of weed so that I wasn't too hyper. Self-medicating. It's a fun time. Yeah. You've mentioned that. You have an addiction. Aw. Hi, baby. Hi. What? Mhm. I can't move. She's just got both my hands. If there's so much fluff. There's so much fluff. I feel like there's a bad like fluffing joke in here, but I just like I'm Arya's fluffer. Hey Frosty. That's because I'm exhausted. That's why. Um my weekend was a mixed bag. Saturday was weird. It was one of those days where like I thought I was okay and then I just kind of completely broke down. Like one of those like just full on meltdowns and you have no idea where the fuck it came from. And then you're left questioning everything you've done for a long time. Um, so I ended up going for a really long walk by myself and treated myself to a very expensive smoothie that was fucking bomb. So good actually that when I did groceries yesterday. I bought all the ingredients to be able to make it myself. And yesterday was okay, pretty uneventful. And today, because it was a long weekend for me, I got a massage and I started a new puzzle and I worked on relaxing because clearly I need it. And I think I relaxed too well, and that's why I'm sleepy. So yeah, it was a mixed bag of a weekend. Right? Oh my God. It was good. And then so I made the smoothie for myself today and I fucking nailed it. Like it's a pretty solid dupe. So I'm actually very excited about that. That might be entering my safe food rotation for the next few weeks or months, and that would be wonderful because I've needed a new healthy safe food. My safe foods lately have not been healthy, and that is probably part of why I've been struggling. I'm eating too much shit. And how was your weekend? Aussie, thank you for asking. And Frosty. And Ben. Really, how's everyone's weekend? Save my voice. Can y'all hear that bullshit? I'm gonna close the window. I will be right back. Fuckers. Definitely an addiction. Haven't really come up with a better alternative to keep going. Not much choice when you've got a wife, 5 daughters, and what is essentially a micro farm on top of 10-hour workdays. Holy shit, yeah. Um, just be careful you don't fucking run your heart out because, then you won't be of any use to your wife, 5 daughters, or the farm. It's that fine line of gotta keep going versus resting now so that I don't, you know, fuck it all up. You know that, of course. You don't need an internet stranger telling you that, but you know, just take care of yourself. That's all I ask. Thank you, Frosty. Do you have any healthy habits that you are trying to go after? I mean, honestly, Ben, if you could balance it with more water, like hydration does do a lot for energy. So if you're not drinking enough water and you're not hydrating well enough, you may find that adding more and then it might be able to replace some of those monsters to begin with, maybe. And it's hard because I remember kind of a two-pronged problem that I didn't realize till I quit smoking, but like a lot of the time I thought I wanted to smoke. I was just thirsty and I didn't understand how to read my body's thirst cue. And I took it for a it's time for a smoke cue. So instead I would have a smoke, which is further dehydrating. Um, so that always fucked me up too. So maybe sometimes when you want to smoke, have some water first. It won't get rid of your want to have a smoke, 'cause I remember that, but you know, I wouldn't want all your life energy, Frosty, because I would feel really guilty about that. It wouldn't feel right that it's not mine and that someone else is depleted. I would take some of it though. Like I'm okay sharing. I just don't want all of it. Right, Ben? That's what I mean. Like even if it's just a sip of water before you have a smoke, it's like maybe training your brain to associate the two habits. Just sharing like one of the biggest things that I realized after I quit smoking, which was like that feeling that I thought was I want to smoke at least half the time, if not more, was actually me being thirsty. And it took me a long time to like separate those two feelings, I guess, and understand them differently. And I wish I had put that together when I was still a smoker. Right? It does help. And it's always, always, always easier to replace like a bad habit or an addiction with a different habit instead of just trying to eliminate. So it was easier to replace. Always. Mm. So there you go. That's my 2 cents. Oh, don't do that. Okay, maybe do that. But don't do that. What will I do without my top mod? I can't imagine that world. All right, Rico. If I'm not around, you can text me and spank me because it will be a quickie tonight. I just don't know how quick. Thank you. I'm glad to hear it, Acid. And if I ever do get the ability to stream more the way I would like to, obviously I wouldn't hold it against you if you only participated in a couple of those. Chickmate? Love that. That's a great, great name. Acid, did you really just rickroll me? No. Oh no, now my brain. No, you know how my brain is with the earworms. That's rude. That's so rude. Thank you so much, Frosty. That they have more value than you're probably attributing to yourself. Thank you. What is unked? I don't understand. My old is showing. I don't understand though. Eh, It's a respect thing. It's an oh fuck off. Are you calling me an old man? You're one to talk. Also, hi Wedge. My old shows every time I get up. That's like me when I do my squats a little too low and then my knees pop and I'm like, oh. You guys couldn't hear that, right? You've only ever heard the hip pop the one time, right? Right? No, I don't, Wedge, I don't believe you for some reason. It does? Oh god. I'm so out of touch, guys. Help me. I'm so out of touch. And I'm so fucking tired. But what is it? What does it mean, guys? What does it mean? I don't get it. Okay, so I am being called old. Well, that's fair because I am old and I'm tired. So why would you be disrespected? You're like such a sweetie. Hmm. Guys, I'm fucking beat. This is brutal. Never let me relax again. This is why I need to stay high strung. Okay? This is this is why I need to stay fucking tense. Well, no, I'm definitely a grumpy old man, especially in the mornings. Like, you I'm a grumpy old man, it's true. I mean, y'all know I'm 87, right? You don't see age and color. Interesting. So, like, black and white vision? Like, grayscale is what I meant. You're a cute, grumpy streamer. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Depending on how it's said, am partially blind. There you go. Sometimes it's like the wise one or the go-to one. Okay, you know what? I could handle that. I could handle that. I mean, I was dropping that like wisdom on Ben earlier. You're like 25 though. Ha! Cute. Cute. Add a decade or so. It's fine. You're the definition of? That's okay. Uncles and aunts usually are the ones you can rely on without too much judgment. Fair. Fair. I'm a man in his 80s trapped in a man in his 30s. Right? I know. Legit. I am actually an 87-year-old grumpy fucking woman trapped in the body of a 34-year-old. Like, is what it is. Okay, I will take it. You did say it was with respect, so I will take it. I might be old, but I am wise, and I can accept this. I never felt as old as I am. I always felt older than I am. Always. And you're just a man child. You said it. Grumpy old man child. Yeah, well, that's because you work hard on your body. Hey, Shadow. How are you? That's true, actually. I prefer the auntie over hey girl. Yeah, that's fair. You're actually a dead soul trapped in a 30-year-old body. You know what? Can souls really die? Can souls really die? Isn't that the whole point of a soul? That it is the everlasting. The bodies die, but the soul does not. Just saying. If you want to age extra quick, get married as a teenager, then go full throttle for the next 20 years. Nah. Nah. No, thank you. Nah. Nah. Oh, Coco made me bawl like a baby every single time that I watched it. Every single time. Thank you, Aussie. Yes, you get it. That is exactly what I believe. Yes. You not young or old, you mature. Not sure I agree with that though. Appointments? Yeah, you did. I have zero context. Energy is mostly an accounting trick. Oh, I gotta hear about Acid's tangent on this because there is a tangent there. I can hear it. And I want to know it. We're more mass than energy. There's a tangent coming. I want it. Mm. You calling me fat? I don't know. Are you fat? Because, like, I saw streams of youth and I can't match their energy and vocab. Oh my God. Yeah. I feel out of place as it is. Maybe. Maybe. Tonight, maybe, but other times we're pretty chaotic here. I'm just exhausted tonight. I'd say we're order, as in things working together, making sense, creating things, rather than the pure randomness of something at equilibrium. Why are you assuming that to be energy, it needs to be chaos? I love our existential talks. They're fun. Read that after stream. I just got something. I don't have my watch on. I expected my watch to go off. I didn't listen to you. I read it now. I will respond after. This is the chillest I've ever seen the stream get. I mean, the overnight stream around 4 in the morning got pretty chill too. There was definitely a quiet period that night. Okay, to be fair, Shadow, I'm a really, really fast reader. So anything short, my brain just takes that information in before I even know I'm reading it. So I didn't mean to, if that helps. Ooh, that's fascinating. But acid, that's where I think we start getting like I'm too tired. I can't remember the word I'm looking for, but like I have a response to that because yes and no. If you want to take it really far and really deep with me being exhausted and doing my best here, um I would say yes and no because at the source, if the energy that makes us us, kind of dissipates and like rejoins all other energy, then we immediately become everything else, all at once, and also nothing else because there is nothing but the energy. So, yes and no. Oh no. New meds, not fun. Will it level out or is it just like a permanent side effect? Okay, Acid, I see the point you're making. I do. Wait, Aussie, do I disagree with you more often or something? My mind is turning to mush with all this energy talk, and this is us being chill. You can't win, can you, Frosty? Either we're depraved, chaotic Nimrods, or I'm exhausted and somehow we end up on philosophy and existentialism. Cool. They'll slowly add more of it? Oy vey. The only energy I can handle right now is that stuff in the white can we were discussing earlier. I'm not so tired that my mind didn't make that a little bit dirty, Ben. Just a little bit. It's okay, I've accepted my fate. I mean, you do keep coming back, and I love you for it. I truly do. Whether or not it's overwhelming for you or alarming for you, it clearly brings you some level of joy, and that's really all that matters to me. So, you know, we do what we can. Holy fuck. Fascinated? That's a choice word. That's a choice word. Why fascinated? I'm sorry, now I need to understand. I'm a factory worker, the white monster. Oh. I did factory work for, I don't know, more than 6 months, less than a year at one point in my teens, and I gotta tell you, it was not for me. The monotony almost, I don't think I can say that on Twitch, actually. It put me in a very bad headspace, let's put it that way. You're not sure you understand it yourself. Well, that makes sense, the fascination. Fascination would be the right word for that then. Like this almost like morbid curiosity, but not necessarily morbid? Maybe morbid, given how often you do find yourself disturbed here. Well, you know what? Whatever it is, I'm just glad you keep coming back. We truly do love having you here. And hopefully, you are finding yourself more comfortable with the strange. Hopefully. Oh my god. And I finished all my candies already, to no surprise of anyone who was here on Friday, because I couldn't stop eating them. They were gone by Saturday. And I was good girl, and I did not buy myself more when I went shopping yesterday. I didn't stay on the lines very long before I decided to switch to industrial maintenance. Better variety, more rewarding. Went crazy listening to machines go clicking clacking all night. Yeah. That's the thing. Like I God, just standing in one spot waiting for a machine to do something. Not good for me. Not good for me at all. I mean, that was, many, many, many years before I knew I had ADHD, so I couldn't understand what was happening or why it was such a literally painful experience, and it fucked my head up. Um, but, you know, you live, you learn, and at least it was decent money. The conversations that take place here are unique compared to the other streams I take part in. Almost like there's a secret desire to explore here. That last sentence. A secret desire to explore on your part or on chat's part or mine. It also makes me wonder about what other streams you participate in, right? Like, I'm insatiably curious. I think that's one of the few things that's like just widely known. What? Why? Why can't you get over that? Dude, yes. Teach me everything, men brain. Why is that so hard to accept or understand? What can't you get over? Why? I mean, I'll never succeed ever because, woman, but sexually harassing fellow straight men, there are two wolves inside me. One of them wants to applaud you, and the other wants to say, no, we don't harass anyone. The men's psyche is spent constantly wondering what the women's psyche is doing. Yeah, see, that's the bitch of it though, because women actually tell you a lot of the time, and you just don't want to understand it. You don't listen enough. Oh, acid. Okay. That's a DM conversation. Done. Remind me tomorrow. Because you know I won't remember, but I'm gonna want to. Double meanings. Be more direct, please. When I say put me through the mattress, where's the confusion? You might be Canadian. Thanks. But you got me there. You got me there. I have no rebuttal to that because yes, you're right. If I say put me through the mattress, I could just be Canadian. Okay, but why would I say that? That's not what I'm saying. So now you're inferring a second meaning from something I didn't. I'm just being polite. I'm Canadian. You fuck. True. Absolutely. Men have those same needs. They're just prioritized differently and communicated differently and also intuited better. Like women do take more time to kind of anticipate needs so that they don't reach a point as often. And I'm not saying this is true for everyone, um, but just kind of like when you look at heteronormative relationships, the roles tend to be that women anticipate needs. So men aren't feeling the lack of those things once they're in secure relationships the way women might. And then women communicate them, but men don't understand how to meet those needs the same way. I don't really understand where that disconnect comes from, to be honest. But people are also really fucking complicated and confusing. So, yeah, of course, naturally. You know, I know it's not a gender problem, it's a people problem that it can be very difficult to outright say, I need reassurance right now. I know the first few times I said that outright, it was very difficult for me, but I figured just the best thing I could say. I need reassurance right now. And that's not necessarily because of anything the person is doing or hasn't done. It's just the mood I'm in and the state I'm in. I need reassurance. I need to be reminded from an outward source because the inside voices aren't doing their job right now. But that's not easy for people to say. I think what it is the fact that there's often a lot of sexually charged conversations here that are very open, and I'm not used to indulging in such conversations, especially in an open chat environment such as this. I don't know, it all just catches my attention to tune in and listen. That is so fair, Frosty, and I'm glad that we can be a safe place for you to explore what open sexuality can look like and sound like. And, hopefully you can see that it is comfortable and it can be safe, even in an open space, because that's really what we want here. Everyone to feel comfortable enough to make crass jokes if they want to, and, not shy away from sexuality, which is fundamental to nature. Be me, miss all social cues, and act like they are humor. Yeah, I miss a lot of social cues. It Yeah. I get embarrassed a lot, but I don't get embarrassed anymore about getting embarrassed. Does that make sense? I don't understand any of it. I just try to keep things rolling, keep folks happy. Mhm, mhm. I was actually talking to someone today about this, um, in regards to my view on sexuality as a whole, and kind of it ties into how I was raised, but also just in general, as I just said a few seconds ago. Sexuality is like kind of a key functionality in nature, not just human nature, but in nature. Um, so for the fact that so much of society feels any shame surrounding it, or just these weird little taboos that we have on, and all these fucking rules that we've placed around sex, and like how we're allowed to talk about sex, and especially like as a woman, how I'm allowed to appreciate sex or express that I want sex, without fear of being labeled and this and that. Like, I think I mentioned on Friday's stream, I would do anything for a toonie, and that got me in a lot of trouble when I was 12, because at that age, kids are learning about sexuality. And I said that one time, and I was immediately the whore for the rest of the fucking year. People took it and ran with it and called me a whore. I was 12 years old. So I took their toonies and I ran away. Like, fuck, give me my $2. It buys me some chips or something. But how dare a woman say anything and then, thank you, Edge. You can label me whatever you want, though. I don't give a shit. That's kind of the point here. I learned really young to not give a shit what people are going to call me, especially when it's shit that they're projecting. I said I'd do anything for a toonie, playfully, not sexually, not in that context at all. And another kid turned it into that. Okay, what am I going to do about it? Why is it supposed to affect me and make me feel small or shitty or embarrassed in any way? I knew it wasn't true. And anyone who was actually close to me knew it too. What the fuck do I care? Think what you're gonna think. But that is also literally like the year and part of the lesson that got me to that conclusion. And that's carried me through a lot of adulthood. And again, not as easy to do as I make it sound. And I know that. We all want to fit in. We all want to know we have our place in society, and especially depending on how we're being raised and who we're surrounded by. It's not always so easy to just be like, okay, sure. So I'm glad, Frosty. That is really what I want to cultivate in real life and on stream. I mean, I am who I am, for better or worse. And it doesn't matter the setting, really. You guys have heard some of the things I've said at work. Is what it is. I am who I am. I do know how to behave. I do. I just get a little too comfortable, a little too quickly. Like, I have said, eat me to people I shouldn't, in front of people I shouldn't, without batting an eye. No regrets. No regrets. Like I said, did you just like finger wag at me, Wedge? Thank you, Frosty. Except when I'm being a grumpy old man. Because that does happen. Curse me kilts and bless me bagpipes. Hi, Doofenshmirtz. We were just talking about sex. What's new? Actually, we were not talking about sex. We were talking about sexuality and why I find it strange that there is so much taboo surrounding the topic in open forums and even private conversations. It just doesn't make sense to me. This might be the wrong thing to do. Oh my goodness. So much chat. But I found if I can talk about stuff like this and joke and get some of it all out in the open, I have a better relationship at home. Maybe I have less unrealistic expectations of my wife or something. I don't know. It just helps. Why would you say that's the wrong thing to do? Has it been specified within your relationship that your wife is uncomfortable with you discussing sex with other people or just like sexuality? Because otherwise, I can't see why or how that would be wrong. Let's talk about sex, baby. Can you send me a voice note like that, Rico? What type of jersey is that? It is fuck me. Leeds United Football Club. Leeds United Football Club. There it is. Jersey with sponsorship. Aw, thank you, Aussie. You know what? If you stick around long enough, you will see the grumpy old man. And I'm not sure she's beautiful. It's not a topic I can talk much about, so I will not be throwing my 2 pence in. Just sexuality as a whole? I disagree. I think everybody has an opinion on the taboo surrounding sex. I can only think about Pitch Perfect. Ugh, I want to watch that again so badly. I might have to watch Pitch Perfect soon. I saw it the other day when I was scrolling. I was like, we might be due for a rewatch. I'm gonna head out now because I may get to play some games. Ooh! I hope you have a lot of fun, Frosty, and thank you for your contributions to the conversation and really getting it rolling. That was awesome. And yeah, thank you for popping in. I wasn't so far from Leeds this week. Oh, really? Do you travel around much? Good night. Not as a whole, but I don't know where we are in the discussion. I think for the most part, it has derailed. So we're anywhere. You have the entire riff off memorized? Oh my god. See, Rico, this is why I know that you're like my soulmate. You're the fucking best. Can we add this to the list? I'm up and down the UK every week in summer for festivals and horse shows. Oh wow. That's cool. No, it's not specified. She just really doesn't want to talk about anything like that at all. Embarrassed mostly makes her feel dirty to have a conversation like this. So that is exactly what we were just saying. Why? How can anyone feel dirty talking about something that is so integral to nature? And I'm sorry, especially when you've had 5 kids. Like, why is why is that something that she's gotta feel dirty about? Like that's a weight I just wouldn't want to carry with me every day. Yes, Rico, I love you. I have the entire first 2 episodes of Red versus Blue memorized word for word. That's amazing. More reason to talk about it when it's so natural and a cornerstone. Thank you, legend. History and religion are a motherfucker. I know. And I know I can't single handedly take this shit down. But, like, again, if I can cultivate a safe space for some people to begin to work through some of that discomfort or shame or confusion regarding these topics and just see that, like, they can be talked about normally the same way that we talk about anything else. They can be joked about. They can be discussed with like a somewhat serious manner. They can be like I'm doing something right. That's absolutely what I want to do. Is create that safe space. And if I can do it regarding sex, all the better because like sex is fun. We shouldn't feel gross about doing something fun. I blame parents. They act like the whole topic is something scary and alien. A lot of parents do, yeah. Like I remember when I was a kid, I don't know, 6 years old. And at that age where like you start painting your nails and stuff as a girl. And my mom had painted her nails and I really liked the color because if y'all don't know, my favorite color is red. So I wanted to paint my nails red. And I got in trouble for it later because, you know, only certain type of women wear red nail polish. So I wasn't allowed to have red nail polish as a kid. Why? Who the fuck attributes that to a child? I just like red. It's weird how many things are taboo and boil down to it should be education. Embrace the sensation of touch and affection. Absolutely. How is it dirty to talk about, especially with your husband? We've been married forever. I know everything about her. Yeah, but again, it has nothing to do with you, and I think you've been with her long enough that you know that. It's just one of those things that's so embedded, and that's unfortunate. So, at the very least, you're more comfortable, and if you have an outlet, that's good. Really? Yes, really, legend. Yes, really. I think I may have ADHD. As soon as you said red, I was thinking about of mice and men English lit classes. Well, I do have ADHD, so if you enjoy yourself and feel like you can keep up and like the bouncing around doesn't bug you, birds of a feather and all that. Repressed upbringing leads either repressed adults or adults that run as far in the opposite direction as possible. Yeah, yeah. I really need to see my doctor. Yeah, if you're questioning it, it's not a bad idea. It's always the kids who grew up with strict parents that do the sneaky shit. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I had a really like I had two sides of the coin there. So I've had both my parents turn around at some point or another and be like, "You did you're okay. How?" Like, a lot of faith in your parenting choices there, right? Hmm. I appreciate both my parents and I appreciate that they were polar opposites in pretty much every way because it gave me the chance to understand what balance I would want to see. Funny enough, most people who are hardcore about demonizing sexuality tend to be the ones repressing the most desire. I mean, look at how many homophobes are at least, bisexual. They're angry about it, so they're going to demonize because they've been told it's wrong. So, you know, that hatred and self-loathing in themselves has to go out because it can't be true in themselves. We still talking about sexuality? Kind of. Growing up in church, the norm was that the kids of the priests tended to be the most troublemaking. Yeah. With me and my ex, we are from the belief of no actual sex before marriage. However, most of the stuff which we were okay with, we did still talk about. Well, like I've heard, and like this is anecdotal because I was not raised religiously at all. Um, but like that's where like a lot of people tend to do anal but not vaginal sex because, you know, as long as it's not vaginal, it's still okay. It's still sex. But again, loopholes because people want to fuck. We're going to be horny. We're going to do horny things. So, you know, here's the rules, but let's come up with all the loopholes. I will die on this rock. Those who live and die, that it's a choice, made that choice to reject who they want. Absolutely, legend. I'm right there with you. Anyone who says that being gay or being straight or being whatever is a choice, when it absolutely is not. Um, absolutely within themselves made a choice, whether consciously or subconsciously. With the mosque, the imam's kid was usually the one with 5 girls blowing up his phone and smoking. Yeah, right? Don't look up Mormon earthquaking. I'm gonna have to. I'm absolutely going to have to. Like, what is it? Oh, right, I was looking at cars. Mormon earthquaking. Oh my. Okay, I'm trying to catch up here. Sorry. It wasn't like loopholes, especially if it was just like if we ever got caught and stuff all came out in the open, my parents or her parents wouldn't have such a big thing on top of their heads like we need them to. Okay. I once saw a documentary that we aren't attractive to people as a whole, but the little bits that make people up. Yeah. Uh, I was wondering the same thing, Acid, but that doesn't answer the soaking question. TikTok and Insta comments are the two horniest places on earth. I stay away from comments in general. It's fun trivia either way. True. I heard soaking. We talking about soaking. Is that what catches your attention, Rico? Interesting. Very interesting. Noted. Noted. All right. Soaking is to you what cheesecake is to me. Oh, okay, that's great. Yeah, that's pretty great. To be fair, that's also what cheesecake is to me. I'm gonna have to make you cheesecake sometime, Rico. I wanna make everyone here cheesecake. I'll be honest. Anyone who wants it. But, like, y'all have to come to Canada. Sorry. I don't think it would keep. One of the best types of cake. You mean worst. I'm sorry, but you guys will never change my mind on that. Ew. But if y'all love it, I will make it. If we circle back, though, talking about sexuality is the most important thing. People need to know what their partners are comfortable with. Someone might be far on one side of freakiness and the other not so much, but talking and understanding what is what'll help find a middle ground and help the relationship in the long run. Absolutely. As an aside, not an aside, but to add on to that point, it also helps you understand if there is no compatibility in the relationship. Not everything can be overcome just because like love. So it's definitely an important conversation to be able to have. I have flight credit and a passport. Okay. Recently fell into a very different role from the one I take in a sexual relationship. It has been very freeing giving my control over to someone after feeling like I lost mine. Absolutely. So, one thing that, like, I think a lot of people I wanna say a lot of people already know this about subs, but maybe I'm making assumptions here. So but, like, for a lot of people who tend to be submissive in the bedroom, it's often because they do not have submissive roles outside of the bedroom, and it's a way that they can just let go and let go of control and just kind of actually focus on sensations and not being in their heads. Which is why, in BDSM relationships where you have like a dominant and a submissive relationship, trust is very, very, very important. Not just like safe words and stuff, but like genuine trust. Again, those conversations regarding sexuality, knowing that like you are giving the control to your partner and that your partner will not abuse that. Your partner's going to know where your lines are and what lines you might be willing to cross, what lines you aren't. They're going to be interested in your pleasure because giving your control up is not just about pleasing them, it's about receiving pleasure. It's, the- psychologically, it makes a lot of sense. I once knew a friend who started a business of putting baked things in a mason jar to send around. She made a delicious eggnog bread. I don't know how I feel about that. You're completely right, Elle. Love isn't this magical thing from the movies. It's making things work when you feel like it's too hard. Absolutely. And it's also patience. Um, you know, a lot of growing up for me was being told that like love is martyrdom. It's endless sacrifice. That's how you show your love. And it's taken a lot of life experience and self-love to kind of realize that that's not true. And the best love I've ever been able to give comes with boundaries and communication, being able to say, "Hey, this didn't work for me. I can't tolerate that again." It lets the other person be able to reflect and decide how they're going to respond. And when that love is there, there's that meeting in the middle. Trust is a must? Absolutely. It I mean, that's true of all sex. Kinky sex or not, trust is a must. If you're gonna have good sex, again, no matter where you fall on the vanilla scale, trust is a must. That's what's gonna make it good. My last relationship failed because according to her, there was no spark. We fought a lot, and she got tired. And that's fair. Sometimes it is that way. I mean, pretty much every one of my relationships were ended when I still loved my partner, but love wasn't enough. It sucks, but it's true. You know, it's life, people, compatibility, time. A whole streak of finding Timu copies of me. She started messaging me again. Oh no. Well, I wish you luck in that endeavor, however you decide to play it out. I thought I was low on the vanilla scale. It turns out I am not. Um, have y'all done your BDSM tests lately? Let me make sure I still remember this link. Of course I do. For those who are curious about where they fall on the vanilla scale, there is this lovely BDSM test. It can be quite comprehensive. It can be pretty simplified. You can share it with your friends or you can keep the results to yourself. But if you were ever curious, it's one way to learn. Despite my evident autism. I'm sorry, that's making me laugh so much because it tells me that you understand so much. Yes, that's another thing. Apparently, in the neurodivergent community, especially with autism, kink is a big thing because what's better than clear cut defined rules and communication to someone who's autistic? Like, come on. Plus, if you're autistic, you're either sensory avoidant or sensory seeking. Like, come on. I love that it's gone quiet. I'm like, that link is getting used, isn't it? All right. I see you. This is going to come out like an AI answered it because I go both ways. Ah, so we're a switch. That's cool. Switch should be high for you then. Switch is one of the results. Ain't no shame. I'm I'm a kind of lore drop because I need a second opinion on this whole situation. If you are comfortable sharing in an open forum, you are absolutely more than welcome to do so. Just remember, this is an open forum. And so it's whatever you're comfortable with. I'm happy to listen. I love giving opinions. I have lots of opinions. And while you type, I'm just gonna be in my own world. My tummy kind of hurts, and I don't know why. I'm actually like really excited for this. Like excited enough that I forgot I'm tired for a second. One of the questions is a very roundabout way of would you do it in public? Well, would you? A lot of the questions also, yeah, good man. High five. A lot of the questions will kind of repeat and rephrase the same thing, but whatever works. Ooh, the lore drop. Me and my old partner broke up a year ago. I have a horse and she loves horses. After a year of no contact, I see her in the crowd at a competition I'm at, after which she messaged me on TikTok after liking my recent videos. Okay, I'm following so far. Then she tells me specifically that she came to see my horse and want I don't even know if I need to read the rest of this. Okay. And wanted to pet him, after which we get into a bit of a long combo about life and me wanting to show I'm happy without her. I flex my recent win, which she replies, I'm proud of you. She specifically then asked me if I'm going to be at this next competition in the city she lives in. Oh, yeah, test. Which first I said, no, I'm going to London instead. But to be a bit evil, I said I'm going to be in her town, but I'm definitely going to London. Horse mediated reconciliation sounds like fun. So I've read the lore. What is your question? What do you want an opinion on? Because what I've read is you saying that there's a little bit of fuck you on your end and you're unsure how to read her end. I want to say fuck you, but then I also remember the happier times like anyone I've tried to get with or be romantic with, it never works. Hey, Jason. Um, I mean, What I can say is, if you're feeling "fuck you," it's probably not gonna go away. And the issues that you guys had that broke you up, coupled with that "fuck you" feeling sitting underneath, I doubt the second time would be the charm. Just from the little bit I'm reading. Doesn't seem worth it. And I mean, I don't know. To say it never works, I think relationships are tools in our lives that can be used to enrich us and bring us great joy. But at the end of the day, a relationship is ultimately something to help us grow and see ourselves more clearly. Maybe it's not working, as in I found a lifelong partner, but are you moving forward with new knowledge about yourself? It's time I get my life back on track. It was her choice to break it off, and I've certainly not been waiting for her. Now she made contact first. That's probably part of why, because you weren't pining for her. There was the joy aspect. We taught each other a lot, especially on how to keep a relationship physical with boundaries. Absolutely. But there's also the pain. I mean, only you get to decide which side wins out there, right? Yeah, 100% switch. Good for you, Aussie. The switch is pretty low on mine. I'm not a switch. I'm not a switch. Like I can a little bit, but I mean, I don't know what your longest relationship has been, Doofenshmirtz, but I do know the longer they go, the more you have to accept that there's gonna be good and bad. Even the people that you love the most and cherish the most gonna piss you off and hurt you and disappoint you. That's people. But if she ended things, 92% rigor. Oh, interesting. Well, that's out there now. We can delete it if you would like. Um, but it's good to know. My laws don't let me open the test. Fair enough. Wow, even that. That's right, you're in the UK. Hmm, wild. You just didn't know what it was. But it means you answered the questions that would lead towards that result. I'm definitely going to be careful about what goes on. That's all you can do. Proceed with caution, I suppose. But I will say I appreciate you sharing, and I don't know if I was able to provide any helpful insight there, but yeah, relationships are tricky shit to navigate. there's I'm not gonna say there's never a right answer or a wrong answer. Sometimes there are just clear cuts, like, "Don't do that." Um, but rarely are they so cut in. I will stretch. Thank you, Wedge. Oh my god. Oh my god. Thank you, Wedge. Ugh. I have been in 2 relationships before now. Both were quite lengthy. First was 5 years, second was 12 years. This is the first time in my life I am single. Yeah, time has a funny way of moving. But now gossip. I like gossip. Apparently, her brother has had problems with one guy who has been their friend for ages, and when I got to know him, he acted like a saint, and then showed how nasty of a person he was after. Has apparently been causing trouble in her family and using my name to stir it. Oh shit! Damn it, people can't seem to leave me alone and happy. Well, fuck it. Could always stir the shit pot yourself. I have a bad habit of doing that. If people want to really try and throw me under the bus, I have a bad habit of calling bluffs I probably shouldn't, because again, what do I care? Okay, legend. Ow. I'm probably going to be going soon, anyways, because I have to work tomorrow and start my week off. And like I said, it's going to be a new month, and that's always a little crazy at work. It's all to do with how you are as a person. Absolutely. It's weird. In some ways, I'm probably a lot more timid than you might think. And in other ways, I'm a lot more abrasive. I'm nice and have a lot of empathy. I like to think I'm kind and have a lot of empathy. I'm not sure that I'm always so nice because there is a difference. Ellie have vanilla at the top yet again. Oh, sweetie. So you answer everything in the middle? What I find interesting is that my top result is always one thing, and yet it's not entirely accurate, but it's like the family of it. Experimentalist is my main domain, but I don't tend to try things more than once or twice. Fair. But as long as you're willing to try things, that's what matters. Wedge, what? Acid answered everything in polar opposites. Yeah, right? Hmm. Well, this one says no, but this one will go yes. Most stuff was a 2-3. You're just curious. You don't know? Hmm. Did you ever do this test? I know now you wouldn't be able to, which is annoying. But did you ever? Years ago. Yeah, I know. I just had to redo it recently because I lost my results from like years ago. Oh, of course not. I wonder. Oh no, my brain just came up with a mission. Okay, I know what I'm doing when I say goodbye. Which I think I'm doing now. I think it is time. So, not as short as I thought it would be. No, Streamer is not. I didn't. I didn't. I was puzzling instead. I started a new puzzle. And I'm very excited about this one. It's a proper challenge. But yeah, I haven't been gaming. I mean, shit, I didn't even game tonight. I'm struggling. My brain's just been at max capacity. But I worked on my puzzle and I got to sing, so calling that a win. Um, as for tomorrow, as always, no promises. I might just pop on. You may get a warning. I may not show up at all. But if not, as always, I will be here Friday. So, that being said, thank you everyone for joining. It was a really fun range of conversation tonight. So thank you. And yeah, I'm glad you could too. Although I did happen to see on Discord that you've been awake too long, so go the fuck to sleep, yo. Please. What is that? Is that a cheers? I thought it was like
Brought to
licking.
you by the Nerf Cum Shot. Get your ropes out
Have a
with
good night,
Nerf.
everyone. Good night, Wedge. I will see you guys tomorrow or Friday. Thanks again for joining. Love y'all.
Good girl.